In the beginning, there was nothing, only darkness and space. Until the beginning of everything, history's largest and greatest impact. The impact of this single event is precedent to everything we know and have. Without this impact, we'd be nothing, nowhere, no one.
And isn't that what true impact is? A single moment, idea, or phenomenon that changes the way we do things and how we perceive the world. It transforms life as we know it. It creates a whole new reality, one beyond our comprehension.
With the world being the most disruptive it's ever been, it seems like almost everything is making an impact on our everyday lives. But only momentarily, until the next big change, technology, or disruption. It can be daunting, scary even. It's almost as if nothing is certain or steady.
And that's why today, we're zeroing in on technologies set to drive success and enablement for today's enterprises. Today, we'll be allowing you to experience different degrees of impact.
Good morning, and welcome to the second day of the Philippine Digital Convention 2020. Yesterday, we took a look at what it meant to make an impact. And today, we'll be taking you to the next level by showing you the kind of impact that has already begun taking form and how you can make the most out of it. To make the day even more exciting and hardworking, we have key speakers from world-renowned technology firms joining this morning's session. Together with these thought leaders, we're going to be immersing you in virtual scenarios that will allow each one of you to see firsthand what the future of work will look like and which of today's technologies are shaping and impacting this future. Let's get started, shall we? With how quickly society has transformed, all new methods of work have come to the fore, allowing sectors to evolve and become more digital. Such adoption allowed for the transition to e-work through the emergence of all new e-industries, namely e-learning, e-commerce, e-banking, e-government, and e-health. While all sectors are undergoing their own digital transformation initiatives, these key sectors have taken on the lead, paving the way for other industries to take form. And while these sectors are set to see tectonic shifts in the coming months, where they are today is likewise precedent to a future of work we can all anticipate. All across the world, the COVID-19 pandemic had caused school closures in the Philippines. Likewise, those in the Asia-Pacific region are among those who have been the most affected by quarantine restrictions. But life has to go on. Locally, we at PLDT have provided connectivity and collaboration tools to over 434,000 students and counting. While there are still learning curves and adjustments that need to be made, the industry is off to a good start. Online learning will now be the new normal, and students will be afforded with more flexible learning schemes, benefiting those who require different pace, have difficult domestic setups, or even those who work part-time. As a cash-first nation, the Philippines' adoption towards frictionless transactions have been slower compared to its counterparts abroad. But the pandemic has been the great equalizer. Now we are no longer averse to such transformation, but instead have embraced the shift as necessity. Still, the risk is now much higher. Security controls must be ever present, and financial institutions must equip themselves for a larger volume of usage from different resources. Unlike previous setups, traffic will no longer be heavy in just specific areas of the metro, but all across the nation. Banks need to be able to set up their infrastructure to be able to accommodate such influx. Likewise, as skeletal workforce continues to be implemented, it is necessary for banks to invest in its people by training them with the aptitude to handle telecommute and providing them with the equipment that will enable them to work securely and optimally, regardless of where they are.
Among those under heavy scrutiny throughout the pandemic has been the public sector. But with stringent quarantine and social distancing protocols, the government has had to quickly employ technologies that would allow it to stay connected with its constituents. Likewise, looking for ways to combat the effects of the pandemic. While solutions like surveillance, command centers, emergency dispatch 911 systems, citizen ID, payment gateways like PayMaya, and online systems like property tax and permits have taken form in different ways across cities and municipalities, governments have also recognized the need to become a smart city, which is enabled by technologies like 5G and IoT. At its very core, 5G and IoT bring together the physical, the digital, and biological worlds through connectivity, data, automation, and humanized interfaces. 5G and IoT are essential elements in building smart cities that enhance accessibility to government services and opportunity to make the Filipino lives even better. With the advent of 5G and IoT, we can expect more innovative solutions that can be deployed, and this should translate to a better standard of living and an improved sector experience of public service. Digital technology can make this a reality.
Locally, our healthcare system is crippled by many difficulties. Even pre-pandemic, we already had an estimated shortage of 23,000 nurses. This situation has been aggravated by the growing number of COVID cases daily and the converse scarcity of medical supplies. In response, the Department of Health began to require telemedicine practices. And while it was initially thought to be a temporary mode of operating, we recognize that it actually makes healthcare more affordable, more efficient, and widely accessible for the long run. Together with partners, we've begun to establish e-health solutions with the goal of laying the groundwork for an end-to-end healthcare ecosystem. The first and most basic is access to e-health services. We want to ensure that this digital shift would enable more citizens to enjoy quality healthcare. Today, we already made simple online appointment setting and consultation available. And in the next few months, we're expecting the management of healthcare records via streamlined patient data and digital documentation, as well as remote monitoring capability. This will enable much better patient outcomes. Ultimately, our goal is to provide healthcare institutions with secure and efficient healthcare systems. This includes a digital medical database, online payment options, and a hospital management system, just to name a few. We're expecting such capabilities to take form in the next year, effectively improving our healthcare system and contributing to the cause of elevating the delivery of quality healthcare services across the country. Our consumption of goods online have skyrocketed over the years due to the adoption of e-commerce. Now, overseas shipping, same-day delivery are the norm. But with the world shutting down, this trend has become embedded into our social fabric, and almost every single business has had to venture into e-commerce practices even without being properly prepared. As this massive flight to online will continue to grow exponentially, the challenge now for many businesses is how to manage this shift to a digital operation from mainly an in-store model, from being largely brick and mortar to optimally bricks and clicks. This will entail building an ecosystem to make the digital experience easy, immediate, always on, and secure. Solutions will be a combination of omni-channel engagement systems, online payment options, automated back-end operations, resilient infrastructure, and of course, cybersecurity protection.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The respective journeys of these industries have allowed the rest of the economies to stay afloat, slowly rebuild, or even thrive. Reinvention has been an absolute necessity, and these key industries have laid the foundation for other sectors to re-establish their norms. As other industries begin to equip for major digital shifts, we at PLDT Enterprise continue to build and establish the technologies that will help drive their transformation. First, powering the next workplace transformation. Telecommute and work from home have been lesser priorities for enterprises, but not anymore. The future is all about flexibility. Forget about choosing between the office or home. The solutions we've deployed today will allow employees to work from anywhere as we shift into work from home and hybrid work models, empowering your employees to accomplish their tasks in an environment suited to their needs and capabilities. This affords them time and resources like no other, and that's the best investment you can make. Now nothing can stand in the way of your goals. As the business landscape continues to change, work norms will take on various iterations. But connectivity, mobility, and security are the three key foundations of this future. And the best part is that they come in an array of offers designed for various scenarios across all business styles. It's true what they say, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, and what we've experienced today, regardless of what industry we belong to, has given us a glimpse of this magic.
At last year's digital convention, we were excited for our steady transition into the fourth industrial revolution. Our recent launch of 5G helped seed potential opportunities for a better future. 5G provides an enhanced mobile broadband to better accommodate increased data usage. This innovation enables massive machine-to-machine type of communications, which will allow more devices connected with ultra-reliable and low-latency network infrastructure capability. Today, we are proud to announce the launching of Smart IoT platform. This will be the country's first local offering of this technology. With 5G and IoT, we see that possibilities are endless. We now will see a future of smart homes, smart factories, smart buildings, and smart cities. Smart cities are made up of hyper-connected elements. This can monitor thousands of IoT sensors, monitoring weather conditions, traffic behavior, flood detection, crime prevention, energy management, waste management, amongst others, all sending data at the same time. Once 5G and IoT is fully adopted, all these individual use cases will come together and transform the Philippines into a smart and connected nation. On a large scale, this service can drastically propel our nation's technological capability and advance us not only to the fourth industrial revolution, but even beyond. That is where the true power of 5G and IoT lies. It isn't just about speed and connectivity, it is a capability of expanding accessibility and opportunities for the majority.
Centers of Resilience. Finally, while the impact of the recent world-moving changes is still evolving, businesses are required to continue operating and innovating. To provide that peace of mind and sense of stability, our Centers of Resilience come to the fore. As your businesses become more complex and multifaceted, we will ensure that our centers provide you with the capabilities to withstand any potential disasters, both physical and cyber. Security, scalability, managed IT, everything you used to do on your own or outsource to multiple providers across various facilities can be housed in a single end-to-end center operated by a focused team of experts, all founded in the country's largest data center footprint. Since its inception at the turn of the millennium, EPLDT has established itself as the country's preeminent data center provider. Today, we've grown that expertise tenfold. Our Vitro data centers are the most expansive they've ever been, growing in capabilities and certifications year after year, enabling our customers to remain resilient no matter what change may come their way. And building on the foundation of these data centers, we provide EPLDT Operation Center services. Our Managed Operations Center proactively tracks the performance of your infrastructure and alerts you of any potential problem that may result in system downtime. Our Security Operations Center, meanwhile, monitors any potential cyber attack into your network and mitigates it before it does any damage. Both these operation centers employ industry-leading practices and have on board the country's foremost subject matter experts. While it may come in many varying degrees, it is our sincere hope that you find what it is that will give you an edge, what will propel your business forward, what will leave the most lasting impact.
There is no end on how technology can affect your business, the industry that you work in, or society at large. The challenge is finding the right partner for today's solution and making it your own.
Experience the impact, but don't stop there. Take what you've learned and bring it further. After all, the one true steady purpose of any impact, the desire to make a change, and that change starts with you.
We look forward to experiencing the impact you will be creating.
With this, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to present to you a man who has made an impact across multiple fields and disciplines.
A man whose name and presence alone connotes an impact like no other.